We're going to walk you through the entire process of going from renter to homeowner in the Dallas area. Whether you're tired of throwing money away on rent or you're just ready to put down some roots, I'm here to help. If you're in the middle of a lease, the first thing you're going to want to do is double check when that lease is up. It's a good idea to begin the house shopping journey at least a few months before it's up. Any more than 3 months and there's a chance you might have to break your lease or pay both a mortgage and a rent for a month or two. But also go ahead and check on the penalty for breaking your lease. If it's only 1 month's rent, it may not be the end of the world, but sometimes it can be a lot more expensive than that. Next, you also want to take a good look at your credit score. In Texas, a credit score of around 620 is usually the minimum to qualify for a mortgage, but a score over 700 is going to get you the best interest rate possible. But don't stress if your credit isn't perfect. There are so many loan options for people with lower credit scores, like FHA loans, which only require a 3.5% down payment. Next, you're going to want to think about your down payment. A lot of people think you need at least 20% down to buy a house, but that is not true if you're a first-time home buyer. You can get into a home with as little as 3% to 5% down, whether it's an FHA loan, a first-time home buyer loan, or a primary residence loan. You don't have to put down more than 5% if you don't want to. For a $300,000 house, that's only $9,000. When you include closing costs, all in, you're looking at under $20,000, maybe even close to $15,000. Once you've got your finances in order, the next step is then to figure out how much home you can afford. When you're renting, you're used to thinking in terms of your monthly payment. It's the same with a mortgage, but there's a few more factors to consider. You need to think about your property taxes, homeowner's insurance, and HOA fees if applicable. But the best way and the most important beginning step to accomplish this is to contact a lender and get pre-approved. The lender will look over all your financials and help you know exactly how much house you can afford. This also shows the seller that you are a serious buyer, making them more likely to accept an offer from you. Now that you know what you can afford, it's time to choose where you want to live. We'll use Dallas as the example, but this can be applied anywhere. What makes a Dallas Metroplex a great place to live can be categorized in a few ways. A strong job market is likely the #1 requirement, which Dallas has in abundance. Family-friendly is also huge. Entertainment, weather, outdoor activities, and other types of things. Whether you're looking for a bustling urban vibe or a quieter suburban feel is also a factor, and you can choose either of those in the DFW Metroplex. Popular areas for first-time buyers include Plano, Richardson, Flower Mound, Frisco, and Denton, all of which are Dallas suburbs. Each area has its own personality. For example, if you want top-rated schools and a family-friendly atmosphere, you might look at Flower Mound or Frisco. If you're looking for a more affordable option, check out Denton or Mesquite. But don't forget about Dallas proper. Areas like East Dallas, Garland, or Oak Cliff have some great affordable homes for first-time buyers. Step 4, find yourself a real estate agent. We can't stress this enough. Work with an agent who knows the Dallas market. The right agent will help you find the best deals and negotiate the best terms for you. A lot of people fear the prices associated with agents and instead want to find a lot of off-market deals. But more often than not, in off-market deals, you'll be working with a real estate investor who knows much more about real estate than you, so it's likely without representation that you'll get the short end of the stick. Find a trusted agent and they will save you money. And now is the time for my brief shameless plug. If you're in Dallas and you need help throughout the home buying process, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to walk you through this process. My info is in the description. Once you've found a home that fits your wants and needs, it's time to submit an offer. Your agent will help you craft a competitive offer based on the market conditions. And remember, everything in real estate is negotiable. Everything. Price, closing costs, repairs, you name it. Once your offer is accepted and you're officially under contract, you'll go through the inspection period, appraisal time frame, and final approval process. Finally, to the fun part, closing day. You'll sign a bunch of papers, get a few hand cramps, you get your keys, and officially become a homeowner. Now that you know the basic steps to the process, here's a little motivation to make it through this whole somewhat long and sometimes tedious process. Here is why buying is always better than renting long term. First, appreciation. Home values in Dallas have been steadily rising and home prices historically have always outpaced inflation. So you will make good money just by owning the place you live in. Second, you're building equity. Every mortgage payment you make is an investment in your future. When you rent, you're building your landlord's wealth, not your own. Third, stability. Owning a home means you're not at the mercy of your landlord raising your rent every year. Your payment is going to stay the same for 30 years, at which point the payment disappears. So you can let your income continue to rise without your expenses rising. Lastly, let's address a few of the common myths of home buying, just to help you prepare. 1, I must have perfect credit. That is false. There are loan programs for all kinds of credit situations. Myth number 2, I need 20% down. Nope, like we said earlier, you can buy with as little as 3 to 5% down. Myth number 3, it's cheaper to rent. Well, maybe in the short term, but in the long run, owning is always the better financial decision, especially in growing markets like Dallas. So there you have it, our quick guide to making the jump from renting to owning in Dallas. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.